Hello everybody and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. I'm Kate.
And I'm Stuart, and boy have we got a great show for you this week.
Yes, we have a very interesting interview with the president of the Thirroul Men's Shed. That's coming up.
And yeah, I think you'll be very surprised at what he has to say. But first, here's David with News of the Week.
Thanks guys. David Goodall, a 104-year-old Australian academic, has told the media he hopes the coverage of his voluntary euthanasia in Switzerland will encourage more liberal views back home. A respected Australian scientist, awarded the Member of the Order of Australia in 2016 and a father, grandfather and great-grandfather, Dr Goodall says he is glad he's had control over this part of his life, although wishes he could have ended his days in Australia. He says he will die surrounded by 1 or 2 family members. Sky-high prices for Australian beef has seen Indonesia, our biggest market, begin to import frozen buffalo meat from India. These cheaper steaks have almost halved the demand for Australian cows. Record years have seen exports of around 700,000 head of cattle. Last year, only 280,000 made their way to Indonesia. The development is expected to not only impact Australian suppliers, but those involved in the whole industry. And something children can only dream of: 12 tonnes of liquid chocolate have been spilt on a Polish highway, bringing traffic to a standstill and forcing officials to bring in heavy machinery to clean up the mess. The cooling chocolate solidified on the road and is apparently harder to remove than oil, with high-pressure hot water hoses required to remove the confectionery. A sticky situation, and on that note, back to you guys.
That looks like a scene from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Does, looks very tasty. Now to some breaking news though. The National Tertiary Education Union is currently in negotiation with the university about wages and conditions, and River caught up with the local branch president to see what's going on.
So one of our main demands is that this university stop just hiring and firing people on a casual or short-term basis, but they provide proper careers for the people who work here, at the coalface especially, people who administer all the teaching and other activities of the university, and also us academics as well. So that's our number one claim. We also, of course, have claims around superannuation. We want all staff at the university to get the same superannuation payment, which isn't happening at the moment. And we also really care, of course, about the rates of pay, the pay increases that are going to be applied to us over the next 3 years.
UOW recognises and values all staff who work at the university. UOW is engaging in genuine good faith bargaining with staff and their representatives in accordance with Australian workplace law as we work towards achieving enterprise agreements that ensure the university is a viable and sustainable organisation in the future, promote inclusive and equitable work practices, and provide supportive and flexible career paths for staff. UOW prefers to engage directly with staff and their representatives in constructive discussions at the bargaining table rather than conducting workplace negotiations via the media.
Thanks, River. Let's hope those negotiations get sorted quickly.
Yes, and now our reporter Savannah went to the jam that was held at the Unibar, which was a music competition. Let's see what she got.
UOW Unibar was the host of the Jam and Lip Sync Battle, the first of its kind to be held here. The Jam was a competition between local bands, DJs and acoustic acts, all aiming to win an array of prizes as well as recording opportunities. The Lip Sync Battle featured teams from UOW accommodation sites battling it out to win a $1,000 grand prize. The audience had a fantastic time grooving it out to our local acts and supporting UOW students.
The winner of the first ever Lip Sync Battles is a 6.
The grand prize and first lip sync title was won by the 6 Merry Murderesses of Wollongong, and the Tin Knees took out the Jam competition.
Thanks everyone for coming down to check out the Jam and the Lip Sync Battles. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. I'm Savannah Meacham, UOW TV Multimedia.
Now to something that jam tastes great on: scones. Here's Liv with 60-second snacks.
I'm Liv, this is 60-second snacks, and today we're making scones or scones. Praising flour, thickened cream, lemonade, banana, double cream, jam, honey, peanut butter. Firstly, you need to preheat your oven to 200 degrees. Flouring my board. 2 cups of flour. You gotta sieve it. Okay, 2/3 of a cup of thickened cream. We're gonna mix the cream and the lemonade in here. I'm gonna mix it with my spatula. Make a well. Oh, f***. Oh, God! Oh, God. Perfect scone. In a pack of scones, I am this one. So we're gonna put these in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes and watch them rise. I am very impressed. He wants peanut butter and honey and banana.
Excellent. Really well done.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Damn, those scones look tasty, Liv.
Is it scones or scones?
No, definitely scones, I think.
Well, either way, they looked great. Now onto a story that Bradley did where he looked at how to avoid the flu.
Hi, I'm Brad Sullivan, and I'm definitely not a doctor, but I'm down here at the UOW Health Food Market, and we've just got to go talk to a couple of people about how they feel they can prevent themselves from getting sick over these cold months. So let's go check it out. All right, I'm here with Joel and Lauren, and what do you guys think about the flu? Girls, how do we, obviously flu season coming up, how do we keep ourselves healthy through those times? What do you guys think?
Probably not smoke as much.
That's
Maybe
good
try
advice. And I'm here with Rachel, and where the flu season's coming up, obviously, Rachel. Do you have any sort of tips for how people can avoid it? I personally am a big fan of the flu. It means days off, it means you can stay in bed all day, which is definitely my favourite activity. But obviously, a lot of other people apparently don't share my views on it.
I think it's always advisable to eat well, eat lots of fruit and vegetables, drink plenty of water, and get good rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like the cold. That's like the cold and flu. I like having a day off. I'm going to admit, I'm pretty lazy. And now flu season, obviously, we're sort of getting into the thick of it. Do you have any tips to avoid the flu?
Lots of vitamin C.
Lots of vitamin C.
Lots of vitamin C. Drink lots of water and vitamin C.
Yeah, you don't like the flu? You don't like getting a day off every now and again?
No.
Also, if you have assignments, like they can't argue with a doctor's note. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to like pretend to have the cold or flu or whatever, but just like, go to a doctor. I'm not saying there's dodgy doctors, people go around in coats pretending to be doctors or anything like that. What about like flu medicine? You a fan of that?
Yeah. So like makes you feel a bit better.
That's good.
Can be alright.
It's not bad. It's not bad because you put the taco, like the seasoning in, so it like still tastes good.
So what you're saying is tacos are good for your health. And that's just about it, folks. So make sure you drink plenty of vitamin C and lay off the cigarettes. So this has been Quack, not a Dr. Brad, signing off.
So how do you avoid the flu?
I just stay positive.
All right, well, I use vitamin C.
Now to something you shouldn't try at home, graffiti. The Culture Vulture team caught up with a local and talented street artist.
I'm here in the Arts Precinct in Wollongong CBD, and I'm going on a bit of a treasure hunt, looking for some wall murals. This one is really cool. It's got kind of a pop art theme, and all the animals there, and then the bread tags stuck on their ankles and other parts of their bodies is making me think of a bit of a Enviro Warriors kind of a vibe. In 1994, this tile mural was created by older people in the community to celebrate the International Year of Family. This is the Valley of Eternal Dreams and Death. Well, that's all from Culture Vulture for today. I've really enjoyed the excuse to look at wall murals. As you can see, Wollongong has a lot hidden in plain sight, and we really encourage you to pay attention to the things that you walk past every day.
Well, that's some very impressive work.
Yeah, most definitely. Now it's time for Let's Chat, and we're catching up with Bob Ashgoli, the president of the Thirroul Men's Shed.
We are joined now in studio with President of the Thirroul Men's Shed, Bob Ashgoli.
Thanks so much for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit about the club and how it started?
Thank you, Stuart, and thank you, Kate, for being here. In 2010, myself and another member of the Ostermere Thirroul Lions Club thought there was a need in our community for a men's shed. So he and I put our heads together, and we had our formation meeting that year with 40 people men from the community turned up, and we formed our men's shed. We incorporated under the state government rules, so we're a registered incorporated organisation. Currently we have 50 members, so in 8 years we've grown substantially in that time. We saw a need at that time where there was men coming into the community who might have come out of areas where they had their own shed in their house and backyard. Don't have that now because of the demographics of our community. We have a high rise and we don't have that facility any longer. So men come to us, being able to socialise, undertake projects, learn new skills.
So what are these new skills? What kind of activities do you guys run?
We started out doing woodwork and wood turning on lathes. Now we do a lot of project work for community groups such as schools. We do our and the surf club, the bowling club at Thirroul. We've done a lot of work there. One of our first projects that we did was the restoration of a surf boat that was lying rotting in a park, and the general manager of the surf club of the bowling club asked us to restore it. That took over 600 man hours to put together. It had to have new woodwork all in place on it, and it is now sitting in the bowling club as a drinking bar. And it's one of our pride and joys. It was really something that brought our men's shed together as a group, and has really put us on the map, you might say, in Thirroul. Other projects, like on the Wednesday group, we do activities Monday, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Normally mornings. We do extend a bit over the luncheon period, but the Wednesday group now is taken up with photography skills and computer learning skills. I think they just chew the fat a lot of the times on the Wednesday, as we do sometimes on the Monday, Tuesday and Thursday groups.
So you're at the uni today, talking a bit about mental health and well-being. Could you tell us a bit how important the men's shed is for mental health?
Yeah, the men's shed movement started way back in the 70s, and it came out of men's health issues. There was a real need to look at how men associate, socialise and work with each other. And there's a saying that's been adopted within the men's shed movement: men talk shoulder to shoulder. And that is very true. When you're working on something as a project in the shed, we talk about men's health issues, which generally men don't like to discuss in a lot of cases, but it gave men the opportunity to examine men's health issues. Depression, all of the issues associated generally with men's health have been really a driver behind the success of men's sheds. There's over 1,000 men's sheds within Australia now. It's gone international. In New Zealand there's over 400. They're in Ireland, UK, into the Baltic nations, in Denmark and Sweden, and it all came out of the Australian men's shed movement back in the 70s.
And if people want to join or support the men's shed, what can they do?
They can go to the mensshed.org.au site, which is the Australian Men's Shed Association, and that gives you a locator for men's sheds locally or within Australia. So you can actually find a men's shed close handy. You might find one that appeals to your particular needs that you might want to address. For instance, today we had somebody call by and asked if I knew of any men's shed that did home brewing. And I don't, but I think there'd be a lot of men's shed that would like to try it. It is an opportunity for men to go and find those, and I won't say all men's sheds are only for men. There's a lot of men's shed that do have women there as members, and they're community men's shed that do projects right across the spectrum. So our men's shed at Thirroul is a men's shed. There are other sheds in the Illawarra that do have female members. So it's not just a men's organisation.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to go straight to the Muse.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Muse. It's Lil here with your weekly music guide for gigs around Wollongong. First up is a classic rad gig tonight. Brizzy punk rockers Pandemic are headlining a massive rock show. Supports from local favourites Toddy and out-of-towners Private Function and Whatever Forever will be present. And Thursday kick-ons are once again sorted, courtesy of Heyday's weekly Jacuzzi Stew. This week has nocturnal emissions and tunnel vision behind the decks to keep me moving way into the morning. And Friday is a big one. Local legends Archie Punker are shooting a new video clip for an up-and-coming single during their Friday rad gig, and have invited a bunch of friends to make it a night to remember. Supports will be from Naughty Naughty and the Good Boys, Hardakazi, the Womb Lords and Kiwi's Yukon Era for an extremely loose night. And Friday also sees a cool gig at Wollongong's favourite whiskey bar, Helm. Alice Terry will be playing her folk, jazz and full-on cosmic blues tunes as part of her 6 Foot Deep single launch tour, so be sure to check this one out. And if that's not your thing, head to Unibar to check out Trophy Eyes. They'll be on the stage following a breakout 12 months on the back of their highly acclaimed new album, Chemical Miracle. The Novocastrians will be rocking out, but don't forget to get down early for Bad Juju and more special guests. On to Saturday, and for you metalheads out there, Dicey Riley's will be the spot. Shalom, Lowgazer and Halicon will be showcasing their metal madness from 8:30 till late, and a bone-rattling gig you won't want to miss. And on to Saturday, Eternal Aussie Punk outfits, Hard-Ons, will be rocking the roof of Rad Bar. These guys have been gigging and on tour for over 30 years, with Cape Tribulation opening the show. You'll be set for a bumper of a night. And to round off your weekend, Seven Sons are topping a big bill at Rad Bar. Self-described as an alternative rock with 90s punk influence, these locals are keen to put on a show for our audience. Supported by 3 local groups, Husband Wants a Wife, Bird Show and Spit Shui, this is a great opportunity to support some local up-and-coming bands. So that's all for what's up-and-coming this week, but we sent our own Sam to check out what the good people of Wollongong are thinking of the live music scene. Let's see what he found out.
We're just down at the Unibar and asking people what sort of music they've been seeing lately around Wollongong. Jai, are you looking forward to any gigs coming up here?
Not here, but presets at Waves, 22nd of June.
Oh yeah? So you're a fan?
Not really, my girlfriend is, but
I
am, yeah.
Should go off. Have you seen any gigs at Unibar lately?
Smith Street Band recently.
Oh yeah? And we reviewed that, didn't we?
What'd you give it?
10 out of 10.
I hope so, because Will Wagner's a saint.
Have you been any good gigs recently?
No, I haven't, but Stonefield's playing here soon, so I'll probably go see them.
When's that?
I don't know, I saw a flyer over there, so probably whenever.
Oh yeah, cool.
They just signed to the same label as King Gears, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
How much was that?
It was good.
Do you come here often for gigs?
Yeah.
I remember the last one. Strawberry Boogie. Every Strawberry Boogie out here.
Yeah.
So much fun. There's always a good vibe. And you always have mates that are like willing to join you and stuff. So it doesn't really matter what you're singing. It's always a good time. Rad Bar I feel is really fun too. There's a very specific type of like genre that goes on there. Like surf rock, maybe a bit of harder rock as well.
Is that your scene? Is that your sort of scene?
Sometimes. But you know, if you're with a good crowd, which Wollongong generally has a good crowd, then it doesn't really matter. Like, see anything. You've got to enjoy it. Live music all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. Enjoy your meal.
Thanks, Sam.
That's what a few people here are getting around to, but make sure you check out our gig guide and always support local artists around Wollongong. This has been another week from Muse. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Woo!
Thanks.
Thanks, Sam. That's a very great lineup for the week.
Yeah, definitely some bands I'd like to go and check out. Now, though, it's time for Dear Riley for all your dating and love advice.
got questions about finding love in the digital age? There's only one person to ask. Dear Riley.
Dear Riley, do you ever play hard to get?
I'm hard to want, so no.
And that's probably where we wrap the show up. Thanks, guys, for joining us. I'm Kate.
I'm Stuart, and we'll catch you next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.